Hi, it's Neil McGovern here. This is a short video about how to set your reed on the instrument, the mouthpiece. So you need your reed stuff first of all, and you need it moistened. Always moisten it both sides. Also moisten it at the end. Make sure that's done. And you're going to put it flat on the table of the mouthpiece. The table is the, as you might imagine, the flat bit here. Okay, so it goes like that. Now one of the things I want to mention is that you can move the reed higher up or lower down. Now a lot of the books, and I think a lot of clarinet players, often want to play with a little sort of shadow of the black mouthpiece visible. Now if I set my mouthpiece, if I set my reed on the mouthpiece like that, I know that for this reed that I've got on now, it's going to play a little bit soft. So if I were to play that now, I would find that it's a little bit buzzy, not quite the sound I'm after. It's okay, but it's not quite what I want. I would only probably set it at that slightly lower position if I were to have a very, very hard reed. So what I tend to do personally is sort of line the reed up. I have to look at this to do it, but I will show you. You have to line the reed up with the tip of the mouthpiece, and usually that's going to have it respond just a little bit better. Depends what you're trying to do. It will affect tonguing, but now hopefully you'll hear the difference. Get a slightly different tone that way. One thing to watch out for is not over tightening the ligature as well. If you over tighten the ligature, you're going to find that it just pinches the reed and restricts its vibration. It just doesn't feel quite as nice to play. Another thing, common mistake is for people to set I can't do it on mine, but they set the ligature like that. And what you really need to be doing is setting your ligature below the filed line in the reed. If you have a filed reed, you might not have a filed reed. See that little line there? You might have that, you might not, but make sure that it's low enough. Some mouthpieces actually have a line on them, and that's where I don't have it on mine, but you might see a line actually sort of like a ridge all the way around the mouthpiece, and that's a good position marker for your ligature. But yeah, don't over tighten. Some ligatures you can have the screws on top. This particular optimum one is designed to have the screw on the bottom. Just check. Usually it's on the bottom. Some of the Rovner ones you can go on top, but just check that. Make sure that's correct as well. Anyway, what you'll find is with different strength reeds, you can move the reed up and down to adjust how it feels, how it responds to your playing. A very soft reed, like I said, put it up a bit. A very hard reed, put it down a bit. There's also a weird case, which I very rarely get this, but occasionally, if you look at the grains on the reed, you find that they go up and down, all the way across, all the way through, but occasionally you'll find them and they kind of go a bit diagonally, they go a bit wonky. And I have found occasionally that instead of having it all lined up properly, you might actually have to misalign it slightly, so that the reed's kind of wonky. I'm exaggerating it loads, it's only a tiny bit you actually do, but you would actually align the grains so the grains are straight with the mouthpiece rather than the reed itself being straight with the mouthpiece. And that seemed to help some dodgy reeds like that to respond reasonably well. It's probably not going to be your best reed if you're using one like that, but I found that that does help a little bit when you occasionally get a sort of diagonally grained reed, as it were. Well, that's just a few things about placement of reeds on the mouthpiece. Anyway, you have to experiment and find out what works for you, but hopefully some of those little pieces of advice are of use to you.